Welcome to SoulWhat, a Soultopia production. Every Tuesday, Michelle and Roger Welch take a deep dive into the intriguing and proactive world of metaphysics, a world beyond our human perception. They'll talk to empaths, readers, and other guests from all walks of life to find out what's hiding under the surface, uncover the mysteries of our modern world, and reveal the answers you need to live a happy, healthier life. Now, here's your hosts, Michelle and Roger Welch.
Hello, how is everyone tonight? How are you doing, Roger? Welcome to SoulWhat, everyone.
Hot, like we live in Hades.
I saw something that it's so much funnier than I'll say it, because most things are funnier than I say them, unless it's accidental, then it's funny, right?
Yeah.
Take the fifth on that if you're smart.
Okay.
It said June is Juning like June has never Juned before, but June is not really properly Juning. Would you agree?
What?
It's too hot for June.
No, it's always hot in June.
Really?
Yeah.
Is this not... Matt, have my back here. Isn't this hotter than normal?
Well, I don't know. I mean, I don't have the numbers in front of me, but it certainly does feel like this is some July, August weather that we're getting here. I don't think we ever really had an extended period of 80s, 90s. We just kind of jumped straight to multiple days over 100. So that's not been fun.
Well, I talked to my cousin, she's in Hawaii staying there, and it's 80.
Such a rough life.
80. Well, yeah, but she's flying out Thursday because they bought that little mini farm in Alabama. And it's
I haven't heard about that. The mini farm in Alabama.
It's like 50 acres, North Alabama there. So, and I talked to the other cousin who lives right there, and she's like, oh yeah, it's hot as hell here.
Oh, she lives near the mini farm?
Yeah. Well, not too far, like 20 minutes or so.
What's a mini farm?
50 acres.
Yeah, that's mini.
Yeah, it's 50 acres. It has a pond on it. She's, because she was asking me, she wants to get stock it with catfish because the other person stocked it with bass.
Do they need a resident psychic for
They
the
did.
mini farm?
Well, they said for us to come out, when they get there, we can come out and stay there whenever we want to.
I think I might, if it has a stocked pond.
Yeah.
But if it doesn't,
No,
not so
she
sure.
says about an acre and a half pond. Who knows? It may be 5 acres. She doesn't know the difference. She's not watching. Her husband's probably watching tonight, but she's not watching.
So we can insult her.
Yeah.
You can. I won't.
I would
insult.
anyway. So
I won't. But okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because I didn't tell you, but yeah, I told her. I said, oh, so I see Captain Douchebag is back on the land. You can't talk about him that way. Brandon's back. Well, he's back home.
Was that Captain
Douchebag?
Is Brandon?
Yeah.
Or
She
his
said,
dad?
don't talk about him that way. My
Yeah.
baby.
Oh, gosh.
That's why he's Captain Douchebag. You baby.
Yeah, oh gosh. Well, talking about trips and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I have one coming up, just
Yep.
to let everybody know.
Everybody's got one coming up but me.
Well, we do,
That's true.
because we're going to go somewhere for my birthday.
Matt's
Where
going.
are you going, Matt?
I'm going to Colorado. I live on Friday.
Oh, do not get altitude sickness.
I will be very, very high. I'm going to Lake City, Colorado.
You will be
He says
high.
they're real high
You're going to be
because
high.
it's
You're
gonna
going
be
to admit
real
that
high.
now?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
We're going to use that as a
Yes,
clip right there.
so
I'm
it
going to be
is-
really high.
It is well above Denver in terms of
Ooh.
elevation. It's way up in the mountains. I believe it's 8,500, 8,600 feet. So, but it is. I'm really looking forward to it.
Okay.
It's I was looking up all the stuff to do. It's a Class 2 night sky, which means there's only one sky darker in anywhere, so you can see everything up
Oh,
there.
wow.
So it's and the weather is going to be nice. I think the highs have been in the 70s, the lows in the 30s. It's very nice.
That's great.
Well,
Looking forward to that.
And most people don't get
Because
altitude.
when we went, and I went up to Mount Estes Mountain,
Mhm.
that right. But I could only get up to like mile marker 9 because of all the snow and stuff. So now all of a sudden on my TikToks, it pops up 2 or 3 times a day of somebody else who's talking about it, or and of course some of the videos is not from now when it's snowed over. Some is actually in the summer when it's nice up there. But you should try to get back up there. That might be. See if it's
So
open.
you don't
Yeah.
get to go on a trip, but the reason Roger, the past couple shows, I'm just going to let y'all know, is kind of hanging like this because he is now, and I do too. I'm trying to sit up, but he at one point I can empathize with this because I had impinged like nerve. Well, actually, I guess all the stuff's off the side of that covers your nerves on your neck, maybe from years of tennis or whatever. Well, Roger now has that, and is going to get these shots in his neck. They put you under to do it. Thank goodness, because I knew intuitively that's where we're going to end up. Like, when did I tell you?
I don't
Colorado?
Yeah.
Before Colorado, what would happen?
Yeah, because it happened like the weekend before we went to Colorado anyway.
Yeah.
when it
So,
happened,
which one is it? Your right or
It's the left
Left-
side.
left
It's in my neck, C566, and runs down my shoulder blade on the left side and down my shoulder into my forearm and down to my thumb.
That's how you know which
Yeah.
disc or whatever it is, or is where
Correct.
which finger it's affecting. In case
Correct.
y'all didn't know. So we will be happy for him to feel better. All right, so we're doing live readings tonight. Let's get to it. I'm not sure if we have told everybody where to go. Matt, you're so good at telling that. Could you please do it?
Yeah, there are a few people who have already gotten the message, but we are watching on the YouTube channel, the live video on the YouTube channel, which if you're watching on Facebook, there should be a link in the pinned comments to get you there. If not, just go to YouTube, search for Soultopia or Michelle Soultopia, or even probably SoulWhat, and you'll see us live there, and that's where we'll be watching for comments. So leave a comment, ask for what kind of reading you want. It can just be a general reading. It can just say, I'd like a reading, or you can have a specific question if you like. Some people already do. And we'll get through as many as we can. Usually we're able to get through most of them. So, start lining up your comments now.
Thank you, Matt.
Well, you
So
were
good at that.
getting ready to say where you were going, weren't you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So
We have trips
yes, I
coming
am. I'm going to Germany and Prague in about 12 days with a group that Dave Schrader is leading. And Dave Schrader from Paranormal 60, from the Holzer Files, from The Devil's Perch. If you don't subscribe to or watch him on Paranormal
He's been on all
60.
types of paranormal shows on TV.
Oh, all kinds of stuff.
Travel Channel, Discovery Channel,
In fact, we have his
History
book.
Channel.
Do y'all want to hold up for sale here? Well, I can
No,
hold
we
it.
don't have it.
That one I
We have
can-
it for sale?
We do have
I
it
didn't
for
know
sale. Yes, and
that's
so
what-
it's called The Other Side. There you go. And
glare
so come and get the book because the book is great. I've read it,
Yeah.
of course, and so there it is. And subscribe to his stuff. But I will be the medium on that trip. Well, I'm sure there'll be a lot of people who are mediums and
But
all
you're
kinds
the
of
official medium, psychic medium.
So
right?
I'm looking really forward to that. Yes, I'm the whatever that official means. I don't know, but
The lit one. The 100% lit
The-
psychic medium.
Okay. And so I'm looking forward to that. A lot of my family is from Germany, so that's going to be a great time. And people have already asked me to bring things back from Prague. Anthony had a list. So,
Tell them to go get their own stuff.
no.
You
All
can't
right.
haul all that stuff around by yourself.
Yeah, so that, and I'll have some more announcements of things that I'm doing. So, but we'll not take up all time tonight doing that. All right, Matt, what do we have? Or Roger, who are we reading for tonight?
Yeah, we have some. Roger, I've got it here if you want me to.
Yeah, go ahead.
We have Angie, who just says, I would love a general reading.
Okay. I'm reading from Chris Ann Donnelly's The Light Seer's Tarot deck. Many of you know it. We do have these in stock finally.
Just came back in,
again.
too.
We just got them back in stock. If you don't have it and you collect or you read tarot, you want to get this deck. This is a deck,
good,
one of the
solid
most
deck.
famous, popular decks, and it's actually great. Plus, she'll be speaking at Newt's as a keynote speaker, our conference in Portland, September 29th through October 1st. She's a keynote speaker. So, Angie. It seems like there's something you were offered to do and you turned it down. I don't see, Matt and Roger can see what y'all are writing. I don't see that. So, and I don't need to, but I would like to know if that's going on in your life right now. It's something that would be public. It's something that would be maybe a speech that you're giving. It's the Six of Wands. But it literally feels like that to me. That typically I'd say you're going to be doing it and you're going to get a lot of attention for it. I feel like you've turned it down, or you're thinking you shouldn't do it. It may be a calling, not even a specific thing, but it feels pretty specific to me. And you don't want to. You feel like it's like, yeah. So I'm trying to get what the message is. Because if you know about it and you've turned it down, then you already know why you think you shouldn't do it. I guess what I'm going to tell you is don't be afraid of your success. You need to step into that because people are wanting that from you. It's something where you're going to get a lot of attention and you're going to have attention drawn to you. If you don't know about it, it's coming, and I would tell you to rethink it if you think you're going to decline.
Okay. That's it?
That's it.
All right, so I'm using actually my Radiant Wise Tarot and my Mystic Martian Oracle. I pulled 2 cards, the one from each deck. What's kind of crazy is they're both looking the same direction. Okay.
The same colors.
Yeah, look at that. So it's kind of crazy, right? But notice how they're actually kind of looking back over their shoulder, but they're moving, wanting to move forward, but they're moving, but looking back. So I get for you, Angie, is that even though you're kind of need to move your focus, needs to be in your forward momentum, you need to be glancing back, paying attention to something that's behind you, something that you thought's behind you that's going to be sneaking up on you. You might want to pay attention to that, and so that you can address it and get ahead of the game on it, basically. Okay.
That may be what's holding you up, though, is that looking back, because it's something where something's coming that'll move you forward, and you don't want it. You're going to not want to do it. If you don't know about it, it's going to happen. I'm going to tell you that straight up. Yeah. So, hey, y'all, here's what happens when you go to get your coconut tea. I went in there in the kitchen here at Soultopia, and I wanted my coconut tea because it's Texas. You got to have some sweet tea, right?
I got Mountain Dew.
And I got Matt a water, and I saw that champagne in there, and I thought, okay, I might need, and I don't even drink hardly at all. And then it was sparkling water, I think. But it's in these pretty blue bottles, and man, I almost got that. It's just that hot.
What is coconut tea? I've not heard of that.
Tea with coconut flavor.
Oh, okay.
No, I think, I don't know. It's
I don't know.
really
I've not heard. Like
It's coconut. It's like peach tea or mango tea, but
okay,
flavored
as a
with
sweet,
coconut.
I see. Okay.
Yeah.
I guess sweetened with it, but
Yeah.
Mary.
So black tea with coconut.
Yes.
In it. Okay.
Just
I-
like mango tea, but coconut.
Got
It's so good. It's so good. Yeah.
It's so good.
It's so good. It's y'all gotta have it.
Take
So
your word
Mary and Nikki, Mary that works here and reads here and all those good things, she went and got me some. They were there. There's this place. They've tried
It's called Obsession, actually.
Is it?
What they have is called Obsession with H2OT, HT something. Yeah.
Well, I'm
H2OT.
obsessed. It's great
H2.
tea.
Oh, I've seen that place.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good. Y'all need to go in there. There. Ad number 2, because we talked about Dave Schrader. Now we've talked about
Yeah.
that
Make
place.
sure you invoice those people.
Yeah.
All right. So who's next?
I have Kelly next.
Yeah.
Says I would love a reading tonight. General.
Okay, perfect, Kelly. Kelly, I don't know if I did this last time to somebody and I went, no. This one's yes.
Well, all right.
So you didn't ask a specific question. So whatever you're wondering, because you are, the answer is yes. That's all I've got. It's yes. In a good way, yes. So let me rephrase. If this is how my yeses are, it's the Sun card. So if you're wondering, will I get that something that I bid on and you really want it, it's yes. If you're thinking, I'm concerned that this may happen, it's not yes. You see what I'm getting? You have a positive answer to your biggest question right now.
Okay.
Cryptic.
Very cryptic.
I know. Go for it.
All right. Might need a Ouija board to figure that one out.
Pendulum.
All right. This is Kelly, right? Yeah, Kelly. All right. Hermit card. So, Hermit card and the Men in Black card. Bam, bam. Okay.
That's
But
interesting.
even with the Men in Black card, what actually drew my attention was the window over here on the side with the light coming through it. In the Hermit card, obviously, you have the star inside the lantern, right? So I get it that it's kind of a time for you of like to focus on communication of things, but also you paying attention to that light, that's right there in front of you. The information that's coming to you, okay? It's all about information, but it's you making sure that it's very clear communication that you are receiving, that you actually understand that communication coming to you also.
Very good. I like you reading with those two cards together. I think it's interesting how those cards come, the oracle cards come together with the tarot cards. And Roger, a good reader, y'all? Great reader. Huh?
Am I? I just thought I was like just telling them just stuff.
No, you're a great reader. Okay, so
Next we have Alexis, who says, Clay and I would like a dual reading, please.
ooh, a duel.
That's scary.
So we're reading for Clay and Alexis.
Yes.
Okay. You want to go first?
No, go ahead.
No, why don't you go ahead?
Okay.
Please. Thank you.
All right. Let's see here. What did I get? All right. So got the Queen of Cups, but also got this one is actually says Starseed, right? And if you notice on the Starseed card, there's actually two people even in this card too. And it talks about is self, memories, identity. And so if you check these two people out in the card, it's like they're both contemplating on things or thinking, right? So I get that for y'all. It's actually is things that y'all are focusing on right now are things that's like memories, things that were good, things like that. And so I see that it's kind of both of you are focusing on the same thing. But what you need to do is start talking about the things that y'all are actually kind of coming up into those memories for both of you that felt good about it. Somebody's calling. Go get it. Sorry, we can't answer the phone right now, guys.
Soultopia. Hello.
Everybody's
Welcome to
already gone for the
Soultopia.
day.
Hello. Hello. Do y'all carry Moldavite? Yes, we do. All right.
Yep.
So you've already shuffled your cards,
already
but you had the Empress card out, I
No.
do believe, or was
I
it
had
the Ace
Queen- no,
of
it was Queen of Cups.
Queen of Cups, I'm sorry. Well, it was close because I have the Emperor card, and let's see if I can get it because it's over here. So immediately when I saw this applies to both of you, but I first thought of Clay, and because the Emperor really is the archetype, even though we have, it doesn't have to be gender specific with cards or anything. I do still think of, in your family, the Emperor would probably be the father figure in the family. And so that in your family would be Clay. And so, Clay, I feel like you are getting comfortable in the fact that there's magic coming into a chess piece. There's wispy magic. I see it as energy coming into this emperor holding a chess piece. He's very relaxed. He's not this typical emperor that's just stodgy and sitting on a concrete throne. He's basically leaning back and just very chill, but he has this chess piece in his hand. I'll show you. He has a chess piece in his hand. And so y'all see can you see the energy coming into that? I can't hold this up very well. That's what I'm talking about. You're starting to use your intuition to strategize and to think ahead of what you want in your life. And that how this applies to Alexis or Lexi is that she is bringing that magic and allowing you to flow in that magic as opposed to just being in the mundane world. So as the emperor or the father figure, the archetype in your family, you're going to be bringing in more and more magic into the strategic decisions that you make in your career and that you and Lexi make together. Does it make any sense at all?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It does to me, and I think it will to them. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. And remember, we are watching on the Soultopia YouTube page under the live show that's going on right now. Leave a comment there if you would like a reading. Our next one is, I'm not sure how to pronounce the name, so I'll just say Iman, who says, I would like to know if moving to a community home will lead to happiness.
Okay.
I would say that was Amen.
Amen?
Amen.
Well,
Amen.
it could be Aman.
A-I-M-A-N.
A-I-M.
Okay, I mean, I'm not saying it, but okay.
Amen.
All right, so we know who we're reading for.
Yep.
I'll go first. Will moving to a community home lead to happiness? Okay, so I'm going to do it like this. What will it look like if you move to a community home? What will that look like? Okay, and I got an ace. Aces, as I read, are always new beginnings. So I see, yes, that might be happening. And what will it look like as far as how you will feel in a community? It will help you with your thoughts. And you'll be able to communicate. You'll meet more people that maybe you have similar things to connect with than you might think, and be able to talk about things that you have in common. And in that way, if that is something you're looking for, then it should bring you a lot of happiness, because you will be able to communicate some of the things you think about and enjoy, and maybe aren't able to do that as much now. So I believe that would bring you happiness if that's something you've been craving and looking for in life.
Okay. So, what was that?
The Ace of Swords.
Ace of Swords. So I actually got is the Seven of Cups. So, I got the Seven of Cups and I got the Merkaba. Let's talk about this one first of all. I think what it has, when you moving there, gives you a lot of options. Okay, it's a lot of options of things going on around you, a lot of different maybe people you're interacting with, things like that, right? The Merkaba, even the key words on here says movement, long distance travel, which makes me kind of wonder, would this be a long distance travel, move for you, or does this opportunity give you a chance maybe where you can do more traveling overall? But even the last word on here was excitement. But look at the picture behind the Merkaba is the person has their arms up in the air celebrating because they're excited. So I see this as actually would be something that gives you kind of a new life of things, kind of puts you back into a good situation to, kind of live life more and put you back into a situation where you have a lot of opportunities of things around you that does get you a lot more excited over life.
Got it. Yeah.
Yep.
So that's a thumbs up from both of us,
Yeah,
right?
I think so.
Sounds good. Yeah.
All right. Moving on, we have Jasha, who says, I would love a reading. Been feeling unsettled and anxious. I had a Reiki session with Michelle a few years back at your old mall location, and it was fantastic.
Oh, well.
That's a lot of years back.
That would be like 5 or 6 years ago.
Yeah.
Is it only 5 or 6?
Let me think a minute. Yeah, about 6 years
Where
ago.
was that?
At least 6 years ago. Because we've been here. We've been
Hang
here
on the table.
6
We've been
years.
here.
So it had to be over at least 6+ years.
Where was that? What mall was
Valley View.
that? Valley View.
Yeah.
Can you believe it?
Well, it's not there anymore.
No, it is
not.
gone. Even the poor movie theater. I always knew, y'all. Not even a psychic. I just knew that the movie theater is the one thing that was pretty good. I mean, the mall was horrible. Our
Good.
shop was adorable, so Soultopia was really cute. Long story on that, but I will post someday all the pictures of everything. It was all of us that we did, but mainly Roger. It was the cutest store, an old scrub store, literally where they sold scrubs that we turned into a store. But the movie theater, I knew there was something wrong with that popcorn machine.
It would always catch on fire.
It would always catch
And
on
you
fire.
smell burnt popcorn down.
And so is that what burned it to the ground?
No, it didn't burn. No, not to the ground. They tore it down.
No, there was a fire there not too long
Oh,
ago.
that's right, there was.
No, there was a fire.
No, they had already closed it. I think the movie
There was
theater
a
had
fire.
already closed.
The
That's
movie
right.
theater had been open for a while
That's right.
when the rest of it was demolished, but I do
Yeah.
think it had eventually closed
Yeah, it did.
before the fire that ultimately.
Maybe it was a Chinese.
Well, the
maybe it was
ghost-
the robot in the
The
Chinese
ghost
restaurant.
started of the mall.
How about-
Believe me, they were there.
Look,
That's one of
because
the
we were next door
spookiest
to the
malls on
Chinese
the face of the
restaurant.
earth.
Were you at the end of a hall? Were you at
Yeah.
the
Yes.
like near a door?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Outside? Okay, so that's weird because I remember going in there. This was relatively late. I mean, it would have been relatively late in that mall's life because it's been shut down for
Yeah.
a number of years
It was
now.
late.
But I do remember going in there and most likely going in the store and looking around. This would have been before I knew either of you, but I do remember
Oh, wow.
there being a store like yours there.
Yep.
It was
and I
ours.
connected it with
Because there's the only one in there like that.
It was
Yeah.
in the end where Sears was on that end.
Close.
So
Yeah,
close.
sort
I
of.
mean, you
But
walk
you
down
had
the
it was a door to the outside.
Yeah.
Oh,
right?
yeah. I mean,
it was
we
like at
weren't-
the end of a.
Yeah, you
'Cause
didn't
went
have
into
to go
those
through Sears to
doors.
get
It's
there.
like a set of doors you
Yeah.
went in, and we were
Okay.
right there.
So,
Next to the Chinese restaurant with the robot. They had a
never saw
robot.
that. I
They
don't
had
think
a
I ever
robot.
went. I don't think
I,
I ever
never,
went that.
I
Chinese
never
restaurant.
saw the robot.
Look, the Chinese place it didn't do anything at all during the day, but at 2:00 at night, that place was packed.
Oh, it was hopping.
Like 2:00 to 4:00 at night, it was packed.
Karaoke.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Karaoke.
I could never convince Michelle for us to go over there though.
That's not true. All right.
A late in life mall is a very interesting place. There's so many
Yeah.
weird things that end up popping up in there. Not to say that
I-
your store was weird. But like I think it
Well,
would fit in
it was-
regardless. But
Yep.
other stuff in those malls it was wild. I remember walking through there and just
It
thinking,
was-
what is this?
It was depressing to some extent, and the spirits in there were definitely
They
depressing.
had a kickboxing. Did you see that? You had a kick-
I'm sure I would have. Yeah.
Yeah, you had to go downstairs and back to the left, and they had a kickboxing arena and an indoor soccer, little
It
mini
was
indoor
random,
soccer.
y'all, random. And I read
Yeah.
from out of this dressing room, and I sat on the bench. It was cute.
Yeah.
It was
I
cute.
put
We
a-
made it
you
really
had a
cute. But
cushion on it.
but where the cushion was, it was on top of this bench, and the bench was locked. And I am certain there was like bones in that of the decomposed body that somehow wasn't
Yeah.
smelling anymore. So I am positive, or like maybe drug. I don't know what was in there, but it was something. And every time I sit down on there, I'd be like, I don't know what is under here, but I don't want to know. So don't even any psychic information come through, because I do not want to know. Because the room was cute, but that under that bench, no, not so much. Remember?
Yeah, I
Oh gosh, yeah. So let's get the reading in. Thank you that you had a Reiki session, and yes, that was a long time ago. And you're feeling
Yeah.
And-
Jasha says it was a very spooky mall.
it was very spooky, and I hope I didn't spook you, but it was. So
Yes, says feeling unsettled and anxious.
okay, so Jasha,
Jasha. I assume that's
All right. If we're not saying it right, we apologize. All right. So you're feeling unsettled. Well, I see that. I see that. It is time for some movement, and I am going to ask you where you live. If you can tell us I don't want you to give away too much information on here if you don't want to, but where. I feel like you need a trip, and potentially a long one, or you need to. I'm going to just tell you straight up. Are you thinking about moving? Because you're unsettled in those ways. I think you might need either a really good long vacation, or you may need to relocate. And I'm talking about relocate. So I'd like an answer if you have time to give me one if you're still on. After
they're
a
there.
long story, after a really long mall story, that's what, and we'll see what Roger has to say. But I'm just going to validate that, yeah, I could see why you feel unsettled. I get it. Yeah.
They say far north Dallas. I assume that's referring to where they live now.
Okay. All right.
I'll wait
Well,
and see if there's an answer to your other question.
and it's okay if it's like a big fat no, there's no way I'll ever move. But let me tell you, you might be. Okay. I wouldn't be scared of it, because I think it would be a good thing. All right. If not, you need a trip, a good one. All right. You can go.
I get it that it's also has a lot to do with money, but actually where your money comes from. Okay, so I think that has a lot. So like maybe it's kind of work related, is where that anxiety part is coming from. So you probably need to lean more kind of on a partner type person who actually can help you, maybe open up to them what your concerns are, and kind of let them help you take some of that burden away from you.
Well, let
even
me-
if it's not a partner, maybe it's
I
just somebody that
gonna
you
add.
can open up to, and let that person, help you with kind of being able to be a sounding board with you also, and help carry some of that burden and some of that stress with you.
Yeah, I don't know that it has to be a partner. Thank
No.
you for saying that. And also, if I didn't tell you then, use tools such as I do for the anxiety, for like lithium or selenite, or honestly, rubbing your hands together and putting it, the chakras in your hands directly connect to the chakras in your heart. So literally, if you'll do like cross your hands over your heart, it will calm your heart chakra in the middle of your chest. It will calm you down immensely, and just momentarily. It's not a permanent fix. But what do you have, Matt? Did she answer?
No.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
So
You said very interesting. And
yeah.
thank you.
So
So-
you know, a lot of times I give readings and you'll think there's no way, but I do feel that. And I will say that a lot of people are having anxiety. I'm seeing more and more people with anxiety, with kind of feeling like mixed with kind of fear and uncertainty. And you're not alone in that, but that doesn't make you necessarily make us feel any better just because we're not alone in it. But you know where to find us, and we can work on it if you want to, and I can do remote too. But even just yourself doing that, for anybody who's feeling that anxiety, it really does work. Just momentarily. I did a lot when I was in Denver, so just to calm that down. Okay? All right. Do you want to stop? It's 8:02. Do you want to do our giveaways and our products
Sure.
of the
You
week?
want to talk about what you got here? Products of the week?
Sure. So it looks like we have, I'll let you talk about this one. I'll talk about the Michael, is this it? The Michael bracelet? Is this from last week? No, these are different.
This week.
Okay.
Matt
Oh, yeah,
even has
there
a
we
picture
go.
up there. See?
Great. There's a picture. Well, Michael, Archangel Michael is probably one of our most popular bracelets, best-selling bracelets that we've done. We've done the Archangel bracelets since the very beginning.
Yep.
We sold them. We were in that mall and before when we were in that
Before we were
location.
ever in the
Before
yeah.
Chi Omega Christmas and out of people's homes down in all over. And so, yeah.
There's
it's
actually a lot of shops around that carried that bracelet.
Yeah, a lot of people did, and so it has. Michael has gone under. A lot of our bracelets have undergone a lot of
Updates and
makeovers
changes?
and
Makeups?
updates, but this one is beautiful. It has hematite in the center, and it's got lapis lazuli, amethyst, and of course the hematite. It's just gorgeous. Archangel Michael means the name is he who's like God. Michael's a great protector. He's huge. He comes with a legion of angels with him. He'll be a warrior on your behalf and help you. He clears negativity. Guess what? Heals anxiety. He helps with anxiety. I'm not sure if he could heal it, but it helps with the logical and technical issues. So that's our bracelet of the week. You want to go for
Yep. Which,
the
if you come in and get the bracelet of the week, it's 25% off of that one bracelet. So if you come in this week, get the Archangel Michael bracelet, make sure you get the 25% off on that bracelet.
It's absolutely beautiful. Seriously.
And the incense of the week is the Nagchampa Satya Nagchampa California White Sage. Okay. And I believe we just got more of this in too. I know we got like several large boxes of, incense, and I believe this is one of the new ones that came in too. And this is a great one to use around the house to, kind of refreshing energy, rejuvenating energy around the house. To use this around there
And clear out the energy critters.
Yeah, so this is definitely the California White Sage scent to it, and it helps move all that energy and gets it going in a positive direction for you. And these are buy one get one free, so that's kind of cool.
I noticed I was coming into work today, and we had a lot of people shopping. It was quite crowded in here today, and there was one lady, and she had a basket full of incense, and I mean piled up. She said, "Well, I'm restocking."
That's
And I was
because it all came in
When it
today.
all came in, and we have a lot of new products coming in
Yeah.
because we went and placed our order from.
Did you see the
Onyx.
new moon candles that came in?
I did not.
I did not realize it because we bought those, we had it in, but it came in the email from them today about the moon candles. Guess what scent they are?
What's that?
Tequila.
Oh, tequila.
I was like,
Okay.
wait, tequila has a scent.
Makes no
I'm going to
sense
have
to
to
me.
It
check one of
does.
those candles out now.
It does have a scent, but
I don't know
then
that
I'll
I
have to
associate
smell
the smell
that.
of tequila with something
We
good
may have to
necessarily.
hop up
I
and.
was like, I did
But
not
I
realize
saw.
that.
What color is the box? Do they come in a box?
Black box. with the
Yeah,
moons
somebody
on it.
had one held today, and they came
Yeah.
and picked it up. So
Yep.
somebody found out about it, and they came in, and I saw her buying it at the counter today.
Yeah, well, I saw it when I was at
They got it
Bishop.
from underneath the
Yep.
counter, so apparently they're pretty popular.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and they just literally came in yesterday, and they were putting them out today.
Yeah, so if you want one, get it quick because I saw. Yeah, they've been holding them. Yeah,
And somebody got one while I was at Bishop Arts today too.
yeah,
when I was down there.
they're popular.
Yep.
So it must
And
sell.
there was
must
only
smell okay, Matt.
There was only a few that came in,
Yeah,
but they're
So-
soy candles, so they're 100% soy. And then they have the crystals and herbs and yeah. pretty
Okay, so our crystal of the week is ametrine.
Yep.
And I don't want to reach over there. So if ametrine is a natural combination of
Kind of-
citrine
It's hard to
and
see it
amethyst.
on here, but it has actually some of them you can really. This one you can see it. It's got the purple color here on
The
this end,
amethyst.
and down here it has more of that citrine color over here on that end. Let's see. You can really see it on this side because the lights are shining back. This one
Yeah.
is kind of the opposite. It's the purple here, the citrine on this side over here.
Right.
Yeah.
And our Soultopia card that tells you about it that you can pick up for how much are the little cards?
50 cents.
50 cents. And you can begin to use them as oracle decks as you collect them. It's a mixture of amethyst and citrine, as I said, and it connects your solar plexus, so your worth, your confidence and all that, to your crown chakra, which is your kind of where you connect to things of like higher purpose. It promotes peaceful, joyful spirituality, good for creativity, inspiration, and mental clarity, change, overcoming prejudice and intolerance, and it's good for meditation. Ametrine's really a really beautiful crystal, and those tumbled ones look really nice.
Yeah.
If it's super yellow and super purple, and there's a line in the middle of it, that's probably not any kind of natural.
Yeah. No, it's not.
Okay.
Yep. And these are, the ametrines, they're buy one, get one free also.
Yeah. So great items of the week.
Yep. Those
At
are the three
Soultopia.
items of the week.
And you
what do
wanna
you
tell 'em
have?
about
Nope,
this
you
one?
tell them. You tell them your
Okay.
idea on this.
I just don't want to hold things up tonight.
It's-
Okay, so this is a
I'll
soul
hold it
travel,
up.
and I know you hurt, but I just don't. Okay, so this is a bracelet that if you Googled crystals for travel, there will be about 10 that come up, or 15 that come up over and over and over again. So through the years, I've done a whole bunch of articles, memes, posted things on the best travel stones. The problem with traveling with crystals is they can be heavy the more you add to it. So my suggestion is to wear them in the bracelets that we sell. That's why the bracelets sell so much, because we have them for all different situations. And so I said to the girls in Beadland, thank you, Shova and Kylie, Riley, for putting this together for me. I said, here are the meanings of why each of those things would be like 10 crystals that would be for travel, and let's all just channel and decide which one should go on the bracelet. And we decided on the middle stone is aquamarine. Won't go have a whole lesson on it, but it's not just for sea, but at first that's what it would be for, would be sea. It's also very soothing for if you have anxiety. And then moonstone and clear quartz. You can set an intention with the clear quartz, amethyst, malachite, and shungite. And just by the way, when we were talking about amethyst and citrine, those are both quartz. They're in the quartz family. So when you think of clear quartz, amethyst, citrine, smoky quartz, aventurine, tiger's eye, they're all in that family too. So it's a natural quartz family. So a lot of intention setting and manifestation can be done with quartz.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's a really pretty bracelet.
And this is our brand new bracelet. So this is the newest bracelet out today.
Right, and that
Right.
shungite on the back is great for when you go through the airport. Everybody has their phones, there's computers, there's all the security and all that 5G stuff. And I just wear my bracelets straight through. So they see them, they know, or just pop them, just pull them off, throw them in that bucket, they'll be fine. And then go through and put your bracelets back on and put your travel bracelet on, and then you don't have all those heavy crystals that you're carrying around.
That's right. So our giveaway tonight will be that bracelet.
Oh, cool.
How's that?
Yeah, because
And-
people have been asking about it.
Yep. So the giveaway for tonight is the Soul Travel bracelet, and we're going to be watching for the answers on the Soultopia page on YouTube. Okay, so you have to be on there. So I'm going to give you guys that are maybe watching on Facebook a second to jump over to the YouTube. Okay, and our question of the
Follow,
evening.
subscribe.
Yeah, make sure you are.
Subscribe.
Yeah, make sure you are subscribing. Hit the little on.
I think you have to
YouTube.
subscribe to comment.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
But also hit the little bell so we know, that you get the notifications that way, and give us a thumbs up on YouTube, right? And our question of the evening is, Michelle's going on a trip really soon. She's going to be this psychic medium on this trip. Where is she going to? We said it. We said where she's going. There's actually 2 countries.
Do they have to name both?
Nope, just one.
just
Just
one.
name one, and you're going to win this bracelet. And so that's all you need to do.
We'll be,
And we're watching on, and we'll tell you who's going to be the magic winner.
in the
There you go.
meantime, we can go to.
Got it.
Oh, we already got one. Huh?
Got one. Actually, they were watching too. It's Joshua.
Yay.
Yeah.
They were just reading
Awesome.
for it.
Yeah.
Yep. So,
So if you live in town, you can pick it up or let us know.
yeah, if you're
at-
in town, come by at the Carrollton location. We have it here for you. And because she does, she lives in North Dallas.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
So that makes it easy.
Thank you for tuning in tonight.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's
That's
awesome.
really cool.
Oh, way to go.
Yeah, way to go.
Paid attention.
It's pretty. It's a
It is a
pretty
cool
bracelet.
bracelet. I
It's
like
really
it.
pretty on. And so a lot of, I would suggest when you come in the stores, everyone looks at the tags. It's a bit overwhelming. How many bracelets do you think, not made in the sense of constructed,
talking
but
about
how many
designs?
different designs do you think we have made over since we started designing bracelets?
I would, well, because there's a lot of random designs in the very beginning. I'm not going to count those in.
Okay.
But I would say actual designs where it had a meaning behind it, I would say it's probably around 500.
That's what I was thinking. It's
Yeah,
over
probably around
400.
500.
Yeah.
Because I know over the years there's been some we designed and then kind of retired those. And I think as we're setting right now, designs that we're on the shelf selling right now is close to about 180 different ones, maybe close to 200. But there's been a lot over the years that we've designed and made and retired, or made that were just made for a season.
Yeah. It's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So we'll go back to the readings, but that's
Yes.
awesome. Congratulations. And remember that
And actually, there's a lot of people answered. They all were watching.
Everybody was paying attention tonight.
They all know what Michelle's doing.
All right.
You asked the question. Next time we're going to ask about you. All right. Here we go.
We have Jennifer, who would love a general reading, please.
Okay. Okay, so you know how Roger was talking about which direction the card was looking earlier? This person, this figure in this card of the Light Seers Tarot, is looking to the future. But there's a reason she is. She's holding things very close because, and those of you who know how to read, this is the Four of Pentacles. And she's holding, the reason I feel like need to hold on to some things is because some of your past was difficult and I want to say this carefully. You're not stingy, you're none of those things. It's just the past has been difficult in the way you spend money and what you spend it on. So right now you have something that you specifically want to do and want to it's almost like, no, don't mess with this. I'm going to do this no matter what. I haven't ever gotten to do this. I haven't gotten to blank, and I am going to do this. I'm going to hold it close, but I'm going to suggest to you that you just put yourself on a budget with that too, okay? Like literally hold it aside, because I feel like there's stuff that always comes up and it pulls away from your want to, and it almost feels like a little bit of getting upset about it. So I'm going to have Roger hold up the card, please, and look at her, okay? and she's very protective of, and these pentacles, it can mean literally money, and very protective of that. And a lot of people will read that as being, especially if it's reversed, if it's somebody stingy. No, it's somebody prudent when it's upright, and that's what I'm getting. You're prudent, but it seems like people are always pulling at you for not only the things you have, but also for your time and efforts and all that, and you need to just think more about the things you're wanting right now.
Okay.
Okay.
Sounds good. And this is Jennifer, right? So Jennifer, do you have some conflict things going on right now? Or it feels like you've had a few little conflicts, some kind of disagreements going on, and you're a little worried about it, it feels like. But just to let you know, these things are coming to an end. And this is not the fact that it's hot as Hades outside. See, I didn't use the other word, H word. I used Hades. Aren't you proud of me?
I am.
Yeah. So it's not that it's hot outside. It's that those things are actually coming to an end, and and you're moving past that thing, and you're actually coming out of it as actually on the better side of things. Okay. So even though those things has been kind of weighing on you, it's been like stressing you, the conflicts, the drama, things like that. You're moving beyond that, and you're going to be on the better side of those things, and things are just getting better and better and better for you. So you're going to be in a better position overall.
I agree with that. I think that applies to that other card too. Yeah, that I had.
Yeah.
All right. Next we have Vila, who says, hello, I would love a reading, please.
Okay, what's the name again?
Vila, V-I-L-A.
Okay. Can you go first?
Sure. Let me shuffle through the cards real quick. See what I can get out here.
You had said something in the meantime. Do you know what that was? Was there something you needed to announce or say?
No.
Okay.
We won't
thought-
be here next week. That's
Okay,
about
we
it.
won't be here next week.
We won't be here next week.
Okay.
Wow. Okay. So, all right. So, I got the Hierophant card, and I got the Pentagram card. Okay. Pentagram, though, in this deck is about harmony, protection, idealism, and the keys in is that idealism. And with the Hierophant card, it's actually kind of a set of like, for you right now is almost is the set of rules in place for you. It needs to be there for you, okay? You need that set of guidelines, really. And it's really what it is, it's guidelines, okay? Almost kind of like you're driving down the road, right? You got the yellow stripe and the white stripe, and you need to stay in that lane of things, right? Right now is a good time for you to say, I'm staying in this lane and I'm following through on this lane right now. It's just a good time just to kind of stay in that path and follow through that path and stay in the guidelines, and don't veer out of those kind of those rules, those guidelines, right? It's just a good time for you there.
Okay. So those lines don't have to be straight lines, though. It
No.
can be like a circle. So I drew the World card for you, which is the last card. Although it's a circle, it's a journey. It's the last card, but then the Fool sometimes could be the last card, though they typically put the Fool as the first card. So the World is even though you're staying in the confines of something, I agree with that, you're having a great time in it. So I feel like it may be that you're setting some boundaries and saying, I'm not going to be all over the place. This is what I need to focus on. This is what brings me joy. And anything that's coming in that protective bubble, and it's for you too, not just anybody else who's, they're bad, I'm going to kick them out of my life and all that. I'm not saying that necessarily. I'm saying to protect yourself from being pulled every which way in every direction. But I think of it as, it's great to think of staying in the lines, in between the lines, but it's not something that limits you. It's helping you because it's going to help you expand on the things that you really want to focus on instead of being distracted by a lot of other things. That's what I'm getting.
All right. Next, we have, I believe what I was going to say, Michelle, earlier, is that we could move on to a question, but we had an answer to our trivia question so quickly that
Okay.
we didn't have time. So.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure if you had something you could.
Yes, no, that
Okay.
was it. We have Kristen next, who says, "Can I have a general reading, please?"
Absolutely.
Heart emojis.
Oh, thank you. Want me to go?
Go ahead.
Okay. So I love the High Priestess. I just absolutely love Chris Ann's deck, the Light Seers Tarot. It's not her only deck. She has other great decks. The Muse, Curious, what is it? Curious Creatures? No, Curious. I'm sorry, I can't remember right now. But and she's wonderful. But she's the artist and she's the author of her decks, which those decks I really like a lot of the times. And so, but hers are just, they have so much energy in them. So I would say for sure anybody who wants to pick up some cards, these would be the ones that we have right now. I would definitely recommend. Her High Priestess card is incredibly telling. And anytime I get this for somebody when I'm reading, particularly her depiction of it, I'm going to tell you that you have a lot of, everyone can be intuitive, but it's on a scale, just like everybody can sing, and I've said this before, but you know, how much have they developed it, and is it in tune, and how connected are they with, you know, singing it properly, or things like that. So I feel like you have a lot of spirit beings around you, and you have a lot of connection to a lot of things that are downloaded to you. So and what I mean by download, a lot of people just randomly use that word. A lot of information that comes, and you may not know where it comes from. So it feels like a lot of what we call claircognizance, and you have claircognizance. It's like where you know things, but you absolutely don't know why you know them. Like you could not explain. Like if somebody knows how to fix this microphone and it breaks, and they just knew, they never studied it, they have no idea, and they just took it apart and put it back together, and you asked them, how'd you do that? And they were like, I don't know, I have no idea. That's an example. But so it's not just all predictive. It's just a lot of knowingness that you have, but you don't always know where it comes from. That doesn't mean you don't study and you don't know things, but you also just have that natural knowingness that a lot of people wonder why you have it. And it may even seem like you're a know-it-all sometimes if you were to really share everything you knew. And so sometimes you squelch your voice and you don't tell everything you know because you're going to sound like a know-it-all. I would encourage you not to do that, but to tell people.
Okay. All right, Kristen. Are you feeling a little off, maybe? It feels like you're not feeling yourself almost. You're just a little off, right? I think it's actually a good time for you to get outside into nature a little bit. Maybe it's that you don't go spend all day out there, but it's a good time for you to reconnect. And I think you just spending a little bit of time into nature will help get you more connected and get you more centered and balanced for yourself. And it's going to make your connection back into your soul where you're feeling more yourself. Okay, that way you're not feeling so off anymore.
I've been feeling off. I think a lot of people have. A lot of people have just been feeling off. And so that reading probably could apply to a lot of people. It's a good reading for a lot of people.
Next we have Vicky, who would like a general reading.
Hi, Vicki. How are you doing? Okay, I'll go. So I talked earlier about the Emperor card. It's a completely different reading for you, but it is the Emperor card. First of all, the number 4 just popped out at me as far as, again, I'm going to talk about boundaries. I know everybody talks about that. They're like, set your boundaries, all the memes, all the things about setting boundaries. I think you're pretty good at doing that. this emperor is very, very different than a lot of emperors. This emperor is so confident. So I think you are very confident in many things. You have made plans. So it's somewhat like how I read it before, but I cannot get away with this emperor card from the fact that he seems to be looking to the future. He's not looking to the past. And a really cool way to read also that I'll just kind of, Alison Cross wrote a book on the DNA of the court cards. It's a great book. We don't carry it, but we need to. And I think she lives in the UK. And she will tell you the H's to look at the head, and you look at the heart, you look at the hands, and you look at the hips and below, and they represent each element. And I will tell you that the only place I feel like his legs are crossed. You know how you just cross your legs like your knee over, I don't know how to say it. I'll show the card. Oops. See how casual he looks? It's he, she, it doesn't matter. Okay, so his head is clear. There's nothing encumbering him but some magical energy near him. His heart is open. His hands are busy, okay? But the only thing is I see a cross here, but it still feels very, very comfortable. So I don't want to give a whole class on it, but her reading and the way to read immediately came to me, because your heart would be, your thoughts and the swords, and then the hearts would be the emotions and the cups, and then, the sacral chakra, where your leg is crossed, that would be the wands, and one foot's up. So the wands and the pentacles, I feel like there are some things that you want to do. You're trying to kind of say, I'm good, but yet you really want to put that other foot down and get really going on some project that actually may turn into a job or some additional source of income or something, even just a hobby in your life. So that's what I get. In a good place, though, looks like to me.
Okay. This is Vicky, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, Vicky, I got the Lover's card, and I got the Reptilian card. See the Reptilian? Does not mean you're a lover of reptilians. But what I really get for you is it's actually kind of more of a primal thing. You're kind of in a stage right now, and I think what you need to look is actually more of your kind of primal urges and needs and things like that. It's probably like you just need kind of just a good get centered back into life. It's just kind of just those primal urges of things coming into it. Okay, so just the things that make you feel good, that's just kind of like, I'm doing that, and you just go out and just do it. Just do it. Don't second guess it. Don't overthink it. Just do it.
Yeah, you'll have to let go of holding that knee up, and thinking that you're can just be laid back right now. There's something more action. You're wanting to take some action. That would be good for you.
That's exactly what you need to do.
Yeah, it'd be great.
Okay, well, we got time for one more.
We got time for one more, and we have Antonio here, who says, "Am I too late to get on that reading list?" Just barely. Almost missed it, but Antonio, we have time.
Okay. Hi, Antonio. Thank you for letting us read for you. So, again, y'all, you just have to get these cards. They're so amazing. They make me smile. They're just amazing. You aren't only sort of reaching for answers and reaching for, you can call it whatever you want, enlightenment, fulfillment, what's out there, how we want to answer the big questions. We want answers to those. You aren't only like just sort of seeking that, you are reaching for it. You're doing everything you can to reach for it. So let me backtrack. I say you're doing everything you can. I'm going to tell you, I'd like you to think of one more thing. You reach. You have a lot of magical energy. There's no doubt about it. You can move energy. You have a lot of enlightenment, for lack of a better word, already, and magic. just naturally, but you're just ready to go to, I want to say level up, but we know it's circular, it's not linear, but you just need to keep reaching. So I'd take some classes if you had time, and we'll tell you one in a second, but I would do that if you have time.
Okay. So, all right. So I got, this one came up a little bit ago, was the Seven of Pentacles, right? So to me, this one always has a lot to do with like kind of overseeing, work, money, things like that, right? But the other one I got is Syrian's B. And I like this one because it talks about responsibilities, lessons growing up, taking more responsibilities, jumping in. So I see this as a time for you of these two cards is you becoming more responsible. Okay, you paying more attention, not just being just kind of free and, flowing and things like that, but it's actually a time that you are taking more responsibilities, stepping up and doing more and paying more attention to everything in life overall. So it's a good time for you to do it, and it is what you need to start doing more of.
Perfect.
Okay, that's what I got.
All right.
What about this class?
Yeah, so I miss teaching, and for years I've taught intuitive insights. Thursday nights, it's been called intuitive insights, psychic senses. I don't know. It's been called I think there's a book somebody wrote now with the name of that, psychic senses. So, but I taught that for years, and so great title for a book. Yep. But that class was around for a long time. So but it's gonna be called Mediumship with Michelle. Because a lot of people have asked for mediumship, and it's going to be on Thursday nights, and it's here. It's starting this Thursday. We already have quite a few people signed up, and it is limited. And I'm not kidding when I tell you it's limited, because I want to be able to work and put you in pairs and then in big groups, or the group together, and work on how you communicate with all types of beings. And my philosophy is very different on how to learn and do that. That you will learn things about intuition and psychic knowingness that we did do in our Thursday night classes before, but if you came, it will not be exactly the same. And then on every other Thursday, I'll be doing that on Zoom. So you can sign up for the Zoom. I'm not sure if they have the tickets ready for that yet for the Zoom, but so many of you have requested that I do it on Zoom that I'm going to do it, but it will be limited too. I know that we could have as many people on Zoom as we wanted, but it wouldn't be the kind of class that I think would really benefit everyone. So you're going to need to sign up quickly. We will be taking that break when I go to Germany and Prague, but I just am ready, and I think it's going to be a great class. Everyone learns differently. There's not a formula, but each of you who sign up, we will figure out what you want to get in touch with, who you want to, what kind of energy you want to talk to, and we will figure out a way for you to talk to that energy.
Very cool, very cool.
Yeah, and it's $20.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool. So, and we will be sending an email blast and text blast out with that class listed on it, with where the links you can buy your tickets for both of those classes. And you can also find those on our Facebook group. Okay. So you can also find those. Also, this weekend is our first Sunday psychic fair. Okay, it's a psychic fair for first Sunday. All locations, and actual virtual too. So Christine Barrett's going on vacation.
So Christine Gorman.
Christine is going to be doing the readings by Zoom. So
The Visionary Tarot.
Yeah. So if you want a reading, even you can't make it to one of the locations, but you want to get a reading this weekend, this Sunday anyway. Yeah.
So there's readings. There's also healing. So there's Reiki work. So, and I don't know if Neil will be here, but
No.
I had a no.
He's on vacation
Okay,
too.
so I had but there are healers at each location, I
Yep.
believe.
Mary's the healer
And then
too.
are you doing
And I'm
aura
doing
photo?
aura photography in this exact seat.
Banging
right
on the table
here.
again. Whoa.
Got to get attention.
Yeah.
I'll be in this seat doing aura photography.
He puts
What's
it
cool
up on
about
that
it
screen
here?
right there.
I can put it on this screen, and you can actually see it as we're talking about it and going through it. Most of the reports come out. It's about 13 to 15 pages. We email that to you so you can actually go through it. But we talk about the report and put it on the screen.
And you get
so
a
can see
picture.
it. And we put your picture right on the screen.
Well, that's
right.
worth coming right there.
That's right.
Yeah.
And don't forget, if you want to talk about, you were talking about Chris Ann, Lightseers, she will be one of our speakers at Newt's Northwest Tarot Symposium coming up at the end of September. If you go to the website, nwtarotsymposium.com, you can actually see information about it, the event. You can sign up for tickets to come in and see the presentations, which those will also be, we'll have Zoom presentations on that too. And so if you can't quite make it to Portland but want to see it, you can buy a ticket to see it by Zoom.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
going to be fun.
Yep.
A lot of great speakers.
Lots
And
of speakers on
Very.
that one, for sure.
I'm like, okay,
Lots of
I
presentations.
interviewed Ethany Dawn today, and she's a featured speaker.
Mm-hmm.
Like, totally is a keynote speaker in London, I believe, and is a keynote speaker or next year, I think. And
Next
so, yeah. So
Yep.
a lot of the people who are speaking and coming are well-known authors, deck creators, things like that. So whether you're keynote or your featured speakers, they're all just great
Yeah.
speakers this year.
Totally so.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else?
No.
All right. Well, thank you guys for joining. Make sure you do like, follow, share, and give us a little thumbs up and tell all your friends. And if you don't have anything going on this weekend, come into the Psychic Fair Sunday. It is going to be, kind of the long weekend because it is 4th of July. We will be open 4th of July on Tuesday, but only till 5 o'clock. We're going to close a little bit early so everybody can get home before all the fireworks so they can watch the fireworks, and hang out with friends.
If your dogs get nervous, come get some amethyst for your dog. Rose quartz or amethyst, big
Yep.
old chunks, and they'll be happy.
We have some
All right.
cool chunks of rose quartz. Ours love to carry it around in the house. You see them in their mouth walking around the house with the rose
do.
quartz, playing with it.
Big pieces.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
baseball size, right? So, yeah.
Okay.
So, thank you guys for joining us tonight, and we will see you not next week, but the week after. All right, guys.
Good
See you
night.
later. Good night.
Thanks for listening to SoulWhat, a Soultopia production. If you're intrigued, searching, or looking to schedule a reading of your very own, visit us in sunny Dallas, Texas, or visit us online at facebook.com/Soultopia Holistic Boutique. And if you like what you heard, subscribe, rate, and review on your favorite podcasting platform to be the first to hear new episodes every Tuesday at 7:30 Central.